Social values of the first century differed in a number of significant ways from today. One of the most significant is perhaps the difference between sort of a group mentality and an individualistic mentality. Western culture tends to be individualistic in the sense that it's about us as individuals, it's about climbing the social ladder, it's about getting ahead and so forth. The first century cultural context was much more group mentality, family mentality, and clan mentality, and so it was much more important that you were part of the group and that you supported the group than that you sort of achieved individually. This has strong implications for social identification in terms of your social status. The goal was not to climb the social ladder, to get above others. The goal is rather to promote the status quo, and knowing your place in society was enormously important in that regard. It also wasn't about me, but about the group, and that has implications in terms of another important social value, which was the shame-honor issue, that in our society, in our culture, Western culture anyway, some of our highest values are wealth, power, prestige, fame, being famous. In the first century, one of the highest social values was honor within your cultural context. You don't want to bring shame to your family. You don't want to bring shame to your cultural group, your clan, whatever. And we see this coming out in various parables of Jesus, for example. The parable of the importune friend at night who comes and knocks on the door. The way we read that parable generally is that the one who should be angry and offended is the man who is inside, who's now gone to bed, and he's with his family, and this irritating neighbor is knocking on the door. Many experts in first century and Middle Eastern culture today would say we're misreading that parable completely. When a friend comes to your village, whenever it is the whole village's responsibility to meet the needs of that individual. And so for that man not to get up and to supply bread, to supply food, would bring shame not only to himself and his family, but to the whole village. And if that's the case, then the purpose of the parable is really that God will not be shamed by the needs of his people. And so you place that parable in an honor-shame context, and you get an entirely different perspective. It's not about someone's individual comfort and being offended or being bothered in the middle of the night. It's about bringing honor to yourself, to your family, and to the clan and the village itself.